Crate that's right there down the street and through the grass.
You're talking about?
No, these basketball
Lake Mary,
courts.
27
Over
years,
by Lake Mary Ave and Byron.
Oh, you're talking over. Yeah, by Lake Mary Ave on Country Club.
She was working. But since she had a City of Lake Mary shirt on, we came up here to see like what the hell's going on and see, because maybe it was a Lake Mary vehicle, and they're like, no, she went home with her already and told her certain. But they're saying they're willing to give her address and everything.
Who's they? The people?
Yeah, the city employees. He said if you guys need it.
This guy here?
Yeah. Did we call him over here?
Let me park over here.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Is she still here?
No, she was off the clock with us at 4 o'clock. So where she is, I'm assuming is at her house.
Okay.
Why she was here at that time and all that stuff, I have no clue.
She doesn't work for you?
She does, but she was off the clock today at 4 on our schedules.
And this happened when?
Supposedly a little bit ago, so it would have been off the clock.
So they came to you?
Just like probably maybe 10 minutes ago or so.
Right before I got here?
Me. Yeah, and told me about it. I was like, they just came in and said, hey, where's Kristen at? I'm like, well, she works here, but she's not here.
How'd they know her name? Oh, they said the lady in the white hat.
I guess they got a picture of her and stuff.
Yeah.
She rolled the window down. I guess I'm assuming. I don't know.
You got her phone number?
Kristen's? I didn't decide.
Go ahead and grab it for me, would you?
Yeah. Is there like, cause like I just talked to Jill, our assistant director.
Yeah.
She's like, if there's like a written complaint, we'd like to get a copy of it as well, because they're also aware of what's going on too. Cause I called her, let her know.
Yeah, grab her number too for me, okay?
Jill's number?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
So Kristen and Jill's phone number?
Yeah. Yeah. Come over here for a second.
No, definitely not.
Lake Mary 227, you're 1013.
I can't believe she was announcing that she worked for the city.
10-4, thank you.
1747.
Are you looking for the basketball court?
Yeah.
It's literally off corner of Country Club.
I know exactly. I know.
Okay.
I've been here almost 10 years. I know exactly where it's at. So they were here.
Yeah, so that patch of grass between, let's see.
Here?
Yeah, so the basketball court, and then there's a patch of grass, and then it goes over to Byron. So she went through there coming this way to this other.
She came this way.
Yep.
This is the parking lot.
So she drove right through the parking lot to where those trees are. There's just a patch of grass there, and she came through there onto the road. So like if you pull it up a little bit, she came out right there off of, it's Wilbur. That's what it is.
So she came through the parking lot.
And
drove through the grass, came here.
Nope, the fence isn't there anymore. She went right through that field where that fence is supposed to be.
Right here. You're saying she went this way?
Nope, to the right. So
this way?
Yep.
Okay.
Right
and
there.
The kids were on the basketball court?
They were by the basketball courts, and then they went to go cut through the parking lot because she started screaming at them.
And she reversed where? Here?
You're gonna have to ask the kids.
Where's the oldest one?
Tyler, come here, please.
Is this your son?
No, this is my neighbor's son. He wants to know where she put it in reverse at. He's got a map.
At the corner of...
Look, where that's the basketball court right there. Where the green's at.
Mm-hmm.
That's the parking lot to the right. Where'd she back up at?
The parking lot to the right. It was at the end of the street. Where it crosses to that park.
So that's like Mary Ave.
Here's the court.
Okay.
Where were you? Where were
Lake
you?
Mary, Lake Mary Avenue. At the corner.
Okay, so you were all the way up here.
Yes.
Where was she?
Right on the road, right next to us. We were on the business establishment.
To the north of it,
Yeah,
right here?
at first, on the corner.
Right here.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And then she tried to get out and
She was on this road? She was on East Lake Mary Ave?
Yeah.
Which way was she facing? That way?
Yeah.
And you guys were in this parking lot right here?
Yeah.
You weren't in the road?
No.
The
Not
bus
at that
stop's
point,
right
no.
across the street.
Right
And
here?
they have to cross North Country Club to get to our home.
Okay.
There's no crosswalk there.
Okay, so you were over here.
Yeah. And the lady was talking mess, so I was just making stupid noises because I wasn't going to argue with her. And then she hopped out of her car and told me that she's going to call the cops and blah, blah, blah. And then I just told my brother, I was just like, let's just go because I'm not trying to deal with this.
You two right here.
Yeah, so then
She's parked her car right here and got out.
Yeah.
Came around the car and said something to you right here.
Well, getting out of her car, she had both of her windows rolled down.
She didn't get out.
Did she get out of the car?
Yeah, she got out.
So he just asked you?
Yeah, she got out.
Okay, and she said what?
That she was going to call the cops and just stay there.
Why?
Because what she said was I was being an ass or something like that. I was being like an ass. Something like that.
And all you two were doing was standing right here?
Yeah, from where she was, and then she was still talking mess, so I was just making stupid noises. Like, I didn't say anything to her the whole time.
And where did you go from here?
We turned back around. We went back down.
This way?
Yeah, that way. And then we were like, I told my brother, let's just go. So then we crossed the street to where the basketball place is, where that big old concrete slab is.
You're coming in here.
Right there, yeah. And she puts her car in reverse and starts backing it up really fast.
Coming back this way.
Yeah.
You guys are already in the parking lot here?
We're in that grass.
Right here.
That's a building right there.
No, it's not. This is not a building, and this is a parking lot.
Right next to the basketball court, there's a concrete slab right next to the basketball court.
That's it.
That's it, right here.
Oh, that's it right there?
Yeah.
That's where I'm circling it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys went this way towards the court?
No, we went on there.
Yep.
And then she skirted in, and we were going down that
this way.
that, yeah. And then she started chasing me with her car.
Yeah.
And I went into that grassy area right there.
Right here.
And she started driving on that grass, but she was going really fast.
Okay.
Like trying to hit me with her car, it looked like. So I take from that angle going down, I took a left and went into that grassy area.
Here?
Yeah. And she pulled out in front of me, and then she hopped out of the car and she was trying to grab me, cause I was on the board, right? And she pulls up in front of me, and she was like, "You stay right the fuck here," and I'm calling the police, and slams open her door and going like that. But then I just book it on the Segway thing, and then I get
where? This way?
No, down.
This way.
Yeah, and then the store to the 7-Eleven right across the street from that.
Yep, right here.
Yep.
And then I ended up going down and then crossing the street. I crossed the main road, and then I went down to that church that they're building up.
Yep.
And I was trying to tell some people that somebody was trying to hit me with their car, but they didn't really do nothing.
Where's your little brother at this time? With you the whole time?
He was with me most of the time.
Did you separate?
Yeah, we separated. I told him to go because she was chasing me.
10-4.
and he went to the 7-Eleven where his other brother and his friend were.
So you have 2 other brothers?
It's my son and then his other brother.
My 2 little cousins, yeah.
Oh, okay. So your child was there too?
Yeah, he's right here.
Okay. And then you were over here by yourself at the church.
Yeah, asking people.
And then your 2 cousins were here.
Yes.
The one that was with you over here went this way, yeah. And you went this way.
Yeah, because she was still trying to go after me.
And where was she at? Did she come to the church?
No, she went. I don't know where she went after that because I was just going straight. Like
the last time you saw her was in this area right here.
Yeah, in that grassy area, yeah.
Okay.
And then I just had, like I said, I had booked it, and then I just went across the street and then went to the church, and then tried telling people, but nobody really cared. So I went down, and I went between like this house and right there. I went between there. And then it goes right in front of that Italian ice place where that clearing is right there.
The Italian ice place is over here.
Yeah, right there where that clearing is right there on the side of that red building.
Yeah.
I was on the corner of it, and that lady had pulled up on them at the 7-Eleven and were talking to them.
Yeah, that's when they took the picture of her. She pulled up to the other kids.
Because she recognized my little brother.
And that's where my son came in. And that's the one sitting on the tailgate, and then my son's the one in the red hat.
Show me tonight, please.
I want to see if I can talk to her.
Alright. So, that's my card.
Okay.
So if you guys have a report, you can email it or whatnot to us about what's going on. And then that's Kristen's phone number that I have. I believe that's her cell number. I know it works. And that's Jill, my assistant director.
Okay.
So... yeah.
You got a phone inside?
Yeah.
Does she live in the city or close, or do you know?
She lives, I think, in the Barry area.
Thanks.
So maybe 20 minutes away or so. You want to talk to her soon?
Yeah.
To Kristen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now.
You could just put it on speaker.
Just put it on speaker?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Kristen. Officer Garcia, Lake Mary PD.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm here because of what happened earlier today. Do you recall anything with some kids at the corner of East Lake Mary Boulevard?
Yes, I sure do. I sure do. So, what happened? Would you like me to tell you what took place?
Yeah, I'd like to get your side of the story.
Yes, please. So, I came out of the community center, as I do every night, and there were 2 young men, I'll call them. One was probably a teenager, one was a lot younger. And they were riding, in the middle of the road. So I tooted my horn and I said, stay on the side of the road, please. And then he kept on the thing that he was riding that you just stand on.
You can X-ray.
He kept going back in front of me in the road.
Charlie here momentarily. If you could just send me more later, please.
To him and say, please, I'm trying to explain to you. You have a small child with you. Go to the side of the road, please. And then he just kept making the same. He just kept continuing with the same behavior. And I followed him to the basketball court, and I said, listen, if you don't stop this, I'm going to have to call the Lake Mary Police Department. because just last week I had an incident with a couple of teens that I felt threatened by. So that's what happened.
Okay, this was on East Lake Mary Ave coming up to Country Club?
Let's see.
Or Wilbur?
No, it was, yes. Yes, so I'm exiting the community center from the back entrance.
Onto East Lake Mary Ave?
Onto, you know what, I still to this day don't know the name of that road.
It's East Lake Mary Ave.
Okay, so I turned left out of there and I saw them coming down the road and I, of course, slowed down and then I just made a little toot and I said, you know, scoot over, and then they just, the one in particular on the thing you stand on, would not move out of the way and he kept going in front of my car. So I just, you know, I got a little angry and I said, I'm going to call, you're going to force me to have to call the police.
Why didn't you?
Pardon me?
Why didn't you?
Because ultimately he did, you know, leave.
Okay.
I circled around and I saw the little kids on the bikes and I said to them, you understand, I want you to be safe. If you ride in the middle of the road, you're not going to be safe.
So you were at the corner of Country Club and East Lake Mary Ave when you said that? I
said that a few times.
Okay.
But then I circled back and I saw a different group of kids standing in the Save-A-Ton parking lot on their bicycles, and the young kid that was with the other older kid who was on the two-wheel thing said to me, I said, you understand, you know, I almost hit you with my car. That's why I'm telling you that you need to stay off to the side of the road if you're riding on a road without a sidewalk. You know, I told them all. I said, and, you know, and you really should try to learn to speak respectfully to adults. And he, you know, they were yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. And then it was kind of over.
Okay, so where did you go from East Lake Mary Ave and Country Club?
Where did I go? I went back onto Country Club and headed home.
Okay, you went from there home, but you said you went to the Save-A-Ton.
Right. Well, I circled around. There's a big square around.
When you say circled around, tell me which way you went. Did you go back up Wilbur and around, or did you go down Country Club, or did you go another way?
I went down. You'll have to forgive me because I just go those roads. I don't. It's crazy that I don't know all the names. I drove. As I said, I exited from the back onto, I guess that's East Lake Mary Road. Then I went onto the basketball court, which I was trying to keep up with them so that they would not run away. And then I stopped them and I said, listen, you have to stop. I said, I'm going to call the police. And I gave them another chance. So then I got back into the community center parking lot, and I exited out the other way from the front, and I turned right, and I saw the young kids sitting on their bikes in the parking lot at the Save-A-Ton. At which point I stopped and I said, you were with him. I want you to know what I just already explained to you. He said, well, I know his parents and I will tell his parents. I said, okay, very good. And then I just left it at that. I said, just be careful. I don't.
I'm going to borrow this. Okay. Well, you are telling me that you felt threatened before. Okay. Right? Sometime in the past. Did these kids threaten you in any way?
Center 910 Williston Park Point. 910 Williston Park Point, Unit 1000.
You know, I can't say that there were verbal threats. The one that I was speaking to on the two-wheel vehicle kept coming up to my window and saying,
Okay.
And so I said, please stop.
Yeah.
Please stop.
And that was at where at Wilbur and Country Club? Because you followed them down East Lake. East Lake. You followed them down Lake Mary Drive to Country Club. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you followed them. You had to back up if you were at the corner. You had to back up to the Country Club or to the basketball courts, or you did a U-turn or something in the parking lot, and then you went through the.
No, they turned. They turned into the basketball courts to go across. And I just followed behind them on the basketball courts. I drove my car on the basketball court.
Okay.
And I stopped him again, and I said, I'm trying to talk to you about what just happened.
Okay.
And then I spoke to his friends, and I asked his friends, I said, does he happen to have any kind of disability? Because I don't know if he can speak or if he was just, unable to. I don't know.
Okay.
So I asked, I don't know his little friend's name. He said, okay, well, can he, talk and answer questions? And it was yes. So, I was trying to speak to them calmly. And I don't think that there was any inappropriate behavior, honestly. I was trying to encourage them to stay out of the road, and when I tried to do that, I didn't feel threatened, but I felt like they were continuing to stay in front of my car and traverse back and forth across the road.
Okay. I'm going to have to do a report because they're here. That's the reason I'm calling you. So
would you like me to come there?
Where do you live? How far are you away?
I live about 15 minutes away.
Okay. I mean, if you want to, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, that's not far. Can I get your driver's license number so I can start the report?
Sure. Can you possibly share with me, what actually the what the reason is for you contacting me?
Because I'm trying to get your side of the story, and I'm trying to get the report done. That the mothers.
I just mean, who contacted you?
Oh, the parents.
Okay, well that's good then. I think I need to. I would like to tell the parents what happened. I'm sorry, I'm looking for my wallet to give you my driver's license. Okay, let's see. Okay, I should have just called you. I thought about it, and then I said no. Leave it alone. The kid said he was going to talk to the other kid's parents. And so now apparently that's where we are. Yes. Okay, I'm ready with my license.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk to you when you get here. Okay.
Okay, where exactly are you?
Well, I'm at 550 Rantoul, right outside the building. The tennis courts on the backside.
Oh, you're at the tennis courts. Okay. All right.
All right.
I will be there as soon as my car will get me there.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Drive safely. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah,
Brennan.
so with yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I'm going to go pull an information report right now. But can I talk to you outside? You're her immediate supervisor?
Yes.
Okay. So basically the stories kind of match up. Obviously there was some words said that probably didn't get relayed to me by both sides. But
yes.
she's trying her best to make sure they're safe. But she's coming down East Lake Mary Drive out of the community center.
Yes.
And these kids are in front, and
Right.
they were in front of her. So she gets upset at that, and when they get to the intersection of Country Club, she says to them, "Hey, stay out of the road. You know, you need to be on the side of the road, so we can go around."
Back.
So they told me that they left that intersection. They were on the corner at that building, that shopping center that has that.
Yeah.
And they said they just left and they started going into the basketball court area. So she reverses.
Followed them in, kind of.
And she came and followed them in. And they're trying to get away from her. She's coming after them.
Yeah, shot them down, kind of. Yeah.
They come to Wilbur. And they separate. So you have a tall boy over there, the 17-year-old, and then you have his cousin, the little one.
Yes.
And the little one goes straight to 199 Country Club, which is the convenience store.
Yeah.
And he tries to go on Wilbur across Country Club to the church. She goes to the convenience store and starts telling them, more and more and more about, And I at one point, she says, do you want me to come down there? I said, well, that'd be great, She's like, why are you there? Why? I said, the parents called.
Oh boy.
So I didn't get into anything with her about, me telling her, that you can't play cop. You can't be following kids around. You're in the capacity of. I didn't go into that at all. She just said she was coming down here. But I can tell you that, she kept saying, I told them several times I was going to call the police. I said, well, why didn't you? This is not, I didn't say this is not your job. You're not to police kids in the neighborhood. Well, she said, I had an incident a little while back.
I've heard her say that, yeah.
And these kids were, threatening me. So I said, well, did these kids ever threaten you? And she was like, no.
Yeah.
They just kept making noises and they wouldn't talk. So I followed them again from Lake Mary Drive. I followed them into the basketball court area. She's going to get a talking to when she gets here.
Sure.
So
for sure. I mean,
this has got to stop.
Oh yeah. Why yeah. Oh no. I totally agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
It's not her job to police people. I 100% agree with you.
And according to them, she was using foul language, whatever. But still, I don't doubt them, and I don't doubt her that they were riding in the middle of the road. But you know what? Kids are kids.
Yeah.
Yes, it's dangerous. Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I never rode my bike in the road or my skateboard or whatever.
Yeah. What I look at is like, I can understand if it's like maybe a younger employee, but she's like in her mid-40s. So I'm like, how do you not know this? That's what I don't get.
But to follow kids with the car, you're starting to scare them and threaten them, and they're feeling threatened.
You could take that as an aggression, kind of. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Jill is our assistant director. I've already called her to let her know, and our director knows. And either way, she's going to be getting a serious talking to from our end.
Yeah.
If not let go, to be honest with you. So,
okay. All right.
That's kind of already going. That's why Jill
asked for that. Yeah.
Asked for the report.
Okay. How long are you here till?
I actually got to run up to the kickball field.
Okay.
So I'm doing kickball league tonight. I'm
All right.
on field 2
okay.
until about 10.
Okay. I'll
probably be done around 9, but that's where I'll be.
Okay.
So,
all right.
And if not, Kehlani will be here. She's behind the desk there.
No, I wanted to make sure I get with you and just let you know, after I talk to her.
Okay, yeah.
So, anyway.
I'll be
Okay.
there in a minute.
All right.
Field 2, if I can take a call.
Okay, man. Thanks.
Yep, no problem.
56 Lake Mary, 1090 Foxtrot 1.
Trevor.
You're both the moms?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me talk to you guys outside
Over
of
there. Jackson, go over by Mr. Vic, please. Go by Mr. Vic, please.
Who's that?
By Vic, now. Is he on that thing?
Yeah. Well, he was. Yeah.
Weird. Just leave it there and walk over there real quick. We'll get in a minute. Go walk now. Jackson. His little...
So that whole time was spent talking to her on the phone, and I mean, I talked to her for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but she's on her way. She had volunteered to come back, so I said, where do you live? She's like 15 minutes away, so she's on her way back.
Okay, so probably live right by us then.
Could be. I just, tell me what happened, tell me your side of the story. So, I'll paraphrase it.
Like Mary, just 27 years, 30.
Yeah, I'm 10-4. You can take me off time. She was at the community center. Do you know where that's at?
Yeah.
Okay, so she pulls out of there every night. She comes out onto East Lake Mary Ave, East Lake Mary Drive, whatever it is, and she's going west towards Country Club. So your sons, one was on that thing, and I don't know what the other one was on. Bike. And she said that they were right in front of her in the road. She said she tooted her horn at them. They didn't get out of the road. She just followed them till she got down to the intersection. They were over here on the right, like Tyler was saying, and she started rolling her window down to tell them stay out of the road, it's not safe, and they didn't say anything. And then she says, I tried to tell them to stay out of the road, it's not safe. And then they didn't say anything. And she says, I'm going to have to call the police. So they left. And she said, so I circled around. They went into the basketball court, and I said, well, did you go down Country Club? You said you went home, but you went to the convenience store. Yeah. So I followed them through the basketball court, and the older one, the bigger one, went to the right and went, like he said, he went to the church, and then his cousin went to the convenience store where I guess there was other relatives, other little kids in the parking lot. She pulls up. She says, I had words with them. I told them, is there something wrong with the other kid because he's not talking, and I guess apparently one of them, according to her, told her that he was.
My son said that he told her, he told her retarded, and they were laughing because he was doing, because he didn't want to talk to her. Okay, whatever.
So that's irrelevant. But anyway, so there's some consistency here. Anyway, so now she's in the parking lot, and she's having words with them and telling them, to stay out of the road and everything. And then she said, I left. But I saw the other older kid on the other side of Country Club, a little further down from the church, which is what he did. He came across Wilbur from the church. He went through the back of the buildings, and he came out right by that music lesson store, the music store, and he was right there.
Yeah, he told me he was hiding. He didn't know where she was going.
Yeah. So she left at that point. So she said,
but whenever Tyler left,
Tyler's the older one?
yes, her son Gavin was there.
At the convenience store.
Yes. And after Tyler left, that's whenever she came back around and asked Gavin if there's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
So she stuck around the area. And honestly, I don't believe that my kids were in the road because
they're coming from the bus stop,
they do it every day, and they're very responsible kids. I don't believe that they were just in the middle of the road.
If they were in the road,
yeah,
it would be them. They're literally, that park right there is their bus stop, and they have to cross Country Club, which I've argued that with the school system because I think that's insane.
They have to come, because you live on the...
We live on Abbott, that whole neighborhood right there, where Lake Mary Ave is, that neighborhood behind the basketball courts is where we live. Their bus stop is the park, so they have to cross over Country Club into our neighborhood and walk down Lake Mary Ave by the basketball courts. They do it every single day.
And he said where she started yelling at them, there's not a sidewalk.
No, there's not.
There's no sidewalk.
So,
that's why they were in the road.
I believe them whenever they're telling me that they're walking like in the road but by the curb. I don't believe, because they've just never done that. I mean, it's a pretty safe neighborhood. And
so when they get dropped off, they're dropped off on the west side of Country Club?
Yeah, so if you're coming down...
By the church parking lot?
Yep.
By the church, by the church property?
Behind the church, yep.
Yep, behind the church, which is West Lake Mary Drive, across the street from the park, the kiddie park, and they cross right there onto East Lake Mary Drive, and they go east down where to where?
The stop sign, then they take a right, and maybe...
On 2nd Street.
Yep, and then they take a left onto...
Wilbur.
Was it Wilbur?
The next street is Wilbur.
No, it's not the main street. It's another little street in our neighborhood. Not where Station House is, but there's another little street at the end of our neighborhood.
I think that's Byron.
It's Byron, right?
I think so,
yeah. Byron, and then it's Abbott, where the back end of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then...
So they go all the way down East Lake Mary Drive.
Till it ends.
Till it ends.
And then take a right at the stop sign.
And take a right, and that's first.
And then take a left at the first street right there on the left.
Okay, and you guys live
in the neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah. So they were going they were going that way, but they were on the north side of East Lake Mary Drive. They were on the north side in that little parking lot. Is where your son
had asked if he could go. They call it Bobby's, that little Indian gas station right there. They had asked if they could go there to get a drink.
Okay, so they crossed, and then they had to go back through the cut through the basketball courts area to get to Bobby's at 199.
Yep.
And they were in the road on East Lake Mary Drive when she was coming, apparently, and she saw them and said something to them, so they just crossed after that. She backs up, she follows them.
Yeah, when they were trying to just go back home.
Well, to the convenience store.
But I don't understand why, if they're doing what you said, they're getting out of the road.
I really don't care if they were in the road or not. Whenever you're chasing my kids through grass,
there's literally
with your car. The problem is you, not my kids. Granted, if they were in the middle of the road, fine. Yes, tell them to get out of the middle of the road. Leave it at that. Don't
pursue them.
Chase them with your freaking car.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the conversation I have with her when she gets here.
If he would have followed up that Segway, he would have.
I'm not her boss.
Well, of course.
No.
Yeah.
That's her boss.
Yeah,
and they're not happy right now.
Well, yeah. Well, I talked to another person that works here that I know personally from my ex-husband working here, and that's how it was like. Confirmed that this lady works up there for us to talk to her. Because I was like, if my kids are being assholes, I'll claim it. But if her story's matching up with my kid's story, and she still chased my kids, if he would have followed that Segway, she would have ran him over. Yep. And that Segway, when the battery dies, it locks up. That's it. So,
and I mean, she did brag about that she worked for the city. So.
Yeah, that's
the only reason why we knew to look.
Sorry, she's an idiot for saying that.
Right.
Everything appears 10-4. No contact was made with the business as they're closed for the day.
And be like,
1098, Victor.
Did you try to run my kids over? Or are they in the road? Like, what's going on? When I came in here, they didn't even seem surprised that there was a problem.
Like, my 35 here, 1013.
Yep, that's Kristen. She's gone. And I'm like, okay.
18.
I'm calling the cops because you don't seem surprised, and now I'm fuming because my kids are involved.
Yeah, she told me about something that happened a week or 2 weeks ago or something, and some kids threatened her, and she was having issues with kids around here and this and that. So I just let her talk, and then after she got to a point where she said I left and went home, I said, so let me ask you, I said, did these kids threaten you in any way? Did you feel like they were going to do something to you? No. Okay.
For her to get out of her car and put her hands on my kid.
The tables are turned because they were scared for their life. Like, he's 17 years old and he's hiding from an old lady.
He was standing there. He was like, "That's a bad feeling in your stomach."
Where did she touch him?
She grabbed him by the arm.
Yeah, when at the gas station.
She tried to, but he was passing. Whenever they were at the gas station, she got out and tried to grab him by his arm.
And he moved.
Big one.
At the convenience store.
Yeah.
And that's when my son was there, and they were sitting there, and she approached the
46
other
or 44
kids and was asking if there was something wrong with him because he's not answering her. Which my kids are told, don't talk to strangers unless you're told to. So
let me look and see if there's another unit close by, because I want to.
And I mean, they're minors.
$35 Lake Mary, 1098 Delta times 2.
Never.
Chevy 51 to back 44.
Never.
44, you 10-4?
He's at the PD. Hey, what you doing? You busy?
I'm just sitting here with LT and Brady.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to be out with.
All right. Well, there's nobody available to assist me, and I need to know if there's video cameras at the
I'll be out with them.
199 North Country Club or the parking lot. I got the other half of the party. I got the other half. The subject lady that works for. Are you 26 on my call? Hello?
Yeah, you dropped for a second.
Are you 26 on my call?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other half is on its way back. I'm here with the two parents.
I can have LT check because he's got oculars up here, but it's only on the PD cameras. We can check and see. I'm not trying to call.
I need somebody to go by. 199 and see if they got cameras out front.
199.
North Country Club, the convenience store.
Oh, okay. So this didn't happen there.
No.
Yeah, give me a second, and I'll run out there real quick.
Okay, thanks. All right. $27 Lake Mary. I'll be standing by for the other party to arrive. She's 10:51 back, and I'll be on Bravo. Ma'am,
Never.
can I grab your driver's license and the other lady's driver's license? Okay. $27 Lake Mary on Bravo. Copy of Florida deal.
Lake Mary 27, negative, valid, 1054 local.
10-4, thank you, ma'am. I'll be back in a minute with two more.
Have a day.
There you go.
Awesome, thank you. Is this your current address?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's mine.
Is this your current address?
Yes, sir.
All right. I know you just handed me your driver's license, but I haven't looked at your name, so can I get the first name? Miss Grenier.
Yes.
Your child was first contacted in the parking lot of 199 North Country Club, correct?
That's the sicko or whatever it is?
Yeah, the Bobby's place.
Yes.
Okay. And she was talking to him in a group of other kids.
Yeah, he said he was on his bike and she pulled up next to his bike.
And just said, stay out of the road. What's wrong with your
what's wrong with your friend?
Yeah.
Is he retarded or something?
Okay. Okay.
Richard Ferguson.
He said he saw her come through the grass
Go ahead.
when Tyler came through.
Okay. And do you have Bobby there? Yeah, Bobby's the owner. He works there.
Bobby's not working tonight. He works tomorrow.
Okay. See, in the parking lot near the. Well, I don't know exactly. They just said in the parking lot.
Where were you guys sitting at, Bobby? By the pump or by the trailer?
Okay.
Go by the road?
Bye.
By the road that touches the basketball court?
They were on the sidewalk by where the sidewalk starts at Bobby's. When she pulled up next to him.
Where's your son at? Bring him over here.
Gavin.
You hear Mr. Beck? Hey. Jackson Scott.
He's right here.
Okay. What's your first name, buddy?
Gavin.
Gavin. I'm gonna pull up the parking lot to the convenience store. You see it?
Yeah.
These are the pumps.
Yeah, we were standing like right there. You see where that like light pole kind of thing is?
Over here?
No, like right.
Over here.
Yeah, we were standing right there on the sidewalk.
And then she came from over here and came up to you right there.
No, so she went through the field and she went up and turned around and came back.
Right through this parking lot. Because this is the basketball court.
Yeah, she went.
There's the basketball court. She came through here.
Yeah, now there's not a fence there. So she went through that field and then went up.
And came this way.
Yeah, went up on that road and
came around this way like this.
No, she
pulled in.
She went all the way around by Station House.
All right, but where did you see her when you were at Bobby's?
Right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. And she was telling you to stay out of the road? And
Yeah,
she was going to call the cops?
Yeah, she was like, where's your other friend at? Because I didn't know where he went. He took off.
When did you first see her? When did you first see her car?
When she was going through the field.
That was the first time you saw her?
Yeah.
So you weren't over here. See how it says East Lake Mary Ave?
Yeah, that's where my two friends were, Tyler and
right,
Aiden.
Okay. And you were already over here at the store?
Yeah, because I just got off the bus.
Okay, cool. All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I already spoke to Tyler.
Make sure your brother says yes.
And then Aiden is where?
Right there. He's right over.
Okay, let me see Aiden.
Aiden.
That's Aiden there?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
He wants to speak to you.
When you first saw the white car and the lady in it?
She's coming up behind you.
Yeah.
She's right there.
Right. Okay. So you were on the side of the road?
Yes.
Stationary? That was the first time you saw her?
No, she told me to get out of the road, so I went to the side.
Okay. That's cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Hey,
Hi.
let me talk to you over here. All right. So there was quite a few kids at the grocery store or the convenience store, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. But the two, let's go over here. The two that I spoke to that first were in the road, you said on East Lake Mary Ave, I spoke to them. So basically the stories are about the same. Mm-hmm. So did you ever get out of your car at any time?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
Wait a minute.
Lake
Let
Mary
me think about that.
1065 Illinois.
Did
DL.
I get out of my car?
Yes.
Lake Mary 46, good, sir. Juliet
What? I think we were
525.
speaking through the window of my car.
Okay, so you never opened your door and got out of your car?
No. No, I don't think I did. What I
You
did,
either did or you didn't.
well, I don't want to give you misinformation, officer.
No,
listen,
this is like recent. So you had it in you to follow them. Okay, right? So
right.
did you get out of your car or not?
I did not, because I saw the person on the two-wheel thing standing there.
Okay, next question. Where do you get that you need to follow kids and tell them what they need to do? Do you have any children?
I don't have any children.
Okay. So let me explain something to you, okay? You're in an employee Lake Mary shirt.
Right.
Okay? You're following kids through a neighborhood that they get off the bus every day and do the same thing every day. And now they have a Lake Mary employee following them and telling them what they need to do. You see how that reflects on the city? Well, I'll tell you, bad.
Okay.
Bad. Because these people have lived here for a long time. These kids have been getting off at that bus stop for a long time. And for you to follow them, what do you think is in their mind before they even know who you are?
Well, I told them.
What do you think is in their mind?
I couldn't guess.
You couldn't guess. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay. They have a female in a car following them from that intersection at East Lake Mary Ave through the basketball area and to the convenience store.
No. That's not how that happened.
There's actually tire marks where you went through.
No.
And they went to the convenience store, and you went back around by the community center and came back down East Wilbur, and you met them in the parking lot. So you went from East Lake Mary Ave and Country Club, and you went back over to where they were at. You followed them. Okay? There's no second guessing that. There's no discrepancy in that.
Right.
You admitted to that.
Right.
Okay, so there's the problem.
Okay.
They're on foot, or they're on a little scooter, or they're on a bicycle, and you're leaving East Lake Mary Ave and Country Club and following them to the convenience store.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Big problem.
Okay.
You're not the police.
Okay.
Okay? So you got two mama bears over there that don't appreciate it.
Okay.
That scared their little kids.
Okay.
Okay? So there is going to be a report. Okay. Their story is that you got out of your car and you reached towards the other kid, one of the two kids that were there. Okay. So there's independent witnesses there that I can corroborate, or I can say it didn't happen. But I have two kids right now that are telling me that you got out of your car and you reached for one of them.
Okay.
Okay?
When I have a chance to say something, I'd like to say something,
Go ahead.
please.
Go ahead.
Can you just please be patient with me for a moment? Because
Go ahead.
I was out here last weekend, okay? I had
I'm not going to worry about last weekend. I'm going to deal with today.
But this is
Did you deal with them last week? Did you meet them last weekend? Were they involved last weekend?
It sort of helps you understand why I'm looking after safety.
No, ma'am. Like I said,
I know
that's not your job. That's not your job. And what happened last weekend, if it didn't involve them, it's irrelevant.
Okay.
It's irrelevant.
Okay.
I have to get to the area between the black and white.
Understood.
Okay? So I'm being honest with you.
I understand. I mean, I wouldn't want someone, I would feel the same way as a parent. I was trying to help them. That's what I do. I try to keep people safe through here, on the property.
No, you do your job, I do my job. You stay in your lane, I stay in my lane. If these kids were being rude to you and obnoxious to you, tell me now, because you said you never felt threatened and they just made noises. They were not saying anything to you directly that was threatening or Any words. You said they made noises, which made you go to the convenience store for whatever reason, and you spoke to one of them, and you asked him, is he retarded, or is he out?
No,
is he
I didn't say
autistic,
that.
or whatever?
I said, does he have a disability?
A disability. And what did the kid say? He admitted to. So fine, irrelevant, but so you didn't feel threatened. No, you said that to me on the phone. You didn't feel threatened. You just felt like you had to train them up, teach them, give them your opinion, give them your safety class on how to traverse East Lake Mary Ave. So again, bad, really bad.
Okay.
Because I mean, if you had children, it'd be different. You'd understand a little more, but you don't. But you are.
I have a lot of children in my life. I don't have children of my own.
Well, I'm talking about how the mothers are feeling right now. When their kids start calling them and going, hey, there's this white car that's chasing us.
Right.
Okay, because I mean, they're little kids, so they're going to be screaming at mom going, hey, there's this white car chasing us right now.
Right. Can I tell you one thing?
Sure.
I did ask if I could go speak to his parents because I didn't see him, and he said he lives right up there, his parents are there. I said, I'll go speak to his parents.
Do you think your boss would want you going outside your scope of work and doing that?
Last weekend's event is relevant, but that doesn't seem to be allowed into this.
If you believe that there is a safety issue on the road in the city of Lake Mary, you do what?
Call the Lake Mary non-emergency police.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to do.
No, ma'am, you were not trying to do that. You were not trying to do that, ma'am.
Okay.
You were following them, which instilled fear in these little kids, regardless of whether I was there or not. But you have to paradigm. You have to put yourself in their shoes, and you have to look at it from their perspective. They don't know who you are until they actually see you in that shirt and take a picture of you. And now they know that you're an actual employee. So that's why we're here now, because she came and she wanted to know who you are, what your deal is, and if you actually work here. And they said yes, because they had a picture of you. And they said, hey, who is this?
Yeah, I'm happy to talk. I mean,
how could we have avoided all this?
Probably I won't speak to people anymore about staying out of the middle of the road.
Okay.
In this particular park, I've been asked to watch over the safety. You can speak to my superior, Jill.
Here.
Cemento.
Here, yeah, here.
Yeah, right.
Not on the roadway.
That's also a city building as well, though.
You're not at the city building. You're on East Lake Mary Ave. You said they were in the roadway.
Where I stopped was on that basketball court. When I came out, they were in front of me in my car.
There you go. They were not in the park. They were not. They were not.
Correct.
They were not.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. So we agree.
We agree. I am. It's regrettable, and you know, I try to be a good face for the city.
Okay. Let me go talk to mom and
I would love to speak to her and let her know.
I'll let her know, but that's up to them, okay? All right, I'll let them know.
We're out here today to ensure our natural rights are respected by those who swore an oath to support, protect, and defend the rights of the people. The purpose of all interactions is to peacefully promote government accountability and transparency. Please like, share, and subscribe so this message can reach as many people as possible. I implore you to peacefully seek redress to any and all of your grievances. This is a public service.